Lauren Sizzle, you already early.
So, rapper Eminem, he confronted an intruder in his home, and according to People, the intruder, whose name is Matthew David Hughes, he snuck past security and was able to break in M's house through the rear of his property. He used a paving stone to smash the kitchen window and enter the home around 4 a.m. So reportedly, Eminem was woken up by a security alarm and he found the intruder in the living room. According to reports, they kind of, exchanged words. There was no physical altercation or anything like that, but security and police had arrived and took Matthew Hughes into custody. So Hughes was charged with first-degree home invasion and malicious destruction of property. He is being held at Macomb County Jail on $50,000 bond.
Wow.
Mogul Sean Diddy Combs, he made an appearance on Naomi Campbell's YouTube show No Filter with Naomi to talk voting in the 2020 presidential election. So in the interview, Diddy sent a direct message to presidential candidate and former VP Joe Biden. So Diddy says, the black vote is not going to be for free. We're going to have to see some promises. What are we getting in return for our vote? Nothing has changed for Black America. And in order for us to vote for Biden, we can't be taken for granted like we always are because we're supposed to be Democrats or because people are afraid of Trump. It's whoever's going to take care of our community, whoever wants to make a deal. It's a business at this point. We can't trust politicians. So we want to know very clearly, just like Trump made it clear that he want to build a wall, Biden needs to make it clear that he's going to change the lives and quality of life of Black and brown people, or else he can't get the vote. I will hold the vote hostage if I have to. Well, so many people are begging to differ, citing that if the Black vote is held hostage and Black and brown people can't vote at all, or they don't vote at all, the other side wins. So in an article by Madame Noir, they stated that Diddy made similar arguments in the 2016 election during an MNBC interview with Al Sharpton, where Diddy mentioned that Black voters got shortchanged by the Obama administration, and Diddy also talked about holding out the vote back in 2016. So Diddy also posted a clip of his interview to his Instagram page where it got over 10,500 comments, including Jamie Foxx, who weighed in saying, vote Democrat. The amount of pressure that we put on our candidates are too much. There's no way that anyone can live up to what we think should be a candidate because we want perfection. What I suggest is if we really want to change course, it's about getting behind the values, not the person. The other side won because they wanted legislation, Supreme Court justices, etc. Look at the criteria the other candidate had that was Republican. The guy said, grab him by the you know what, and got 97% of the evangelical vote.
Lord.
So Madame Noir also reported that some of Diddy's peers called him out, like Kenny Burns. Kenny Burns is the host of the Kenny Burns Show. Kenny Burns pointed out that Diddy's page deleted comments supporting Joe Biden and left up comments from Trump supporters. Kenny also posted a screenshot of his comment on Diddy's post where Kenny stated, because Kenny posted something on Diddy's post that he posted. Well, Diddy posted a clip of the interview with him and Naomi that he did on No Filter with Naomi. So when he posted that, that's when he got all these comments. Jamie Foxx was one, and Kenny Burns. But Kenny Burns said that he posted, he took a screenshot after he made his post. And in his post, he said, Puff, this statement is very irresponsible at the point. The only option is to get Trump out of office. Come on, champ. Encourage people to stand by, and an option Encouraging people to stand by and an option, hashtag, well, I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. Encouraging people to stand by is not an option. Hashtag vote or die. So along with Kenny's screenshot, he captioned it because he had took the screenshot and then he posted it and then he said, "You erased my truthful comment and keep the vote for Trump comments on your page. Then you block me. LOL. Are you really going to wait till it's two candidates to say that you're holding our vote? Come on, champ." So what y'all think about that? He's like, all this time, all these candidates were up there. Well, this is what Kenny Burns is saying. All this time, all these candidates were up there. You weren't saying anything about holding the vote, but now you're going to wait until it's two candidates, and now you're going to say holding our vote?
Right.
You're going to hold our vote?
You know, I'm torn with this because I see what Diddy is saying. You know, I feel that you know, it's like you damned if you do and damned if you don't, right? They tell you, oh, you gotta vote, you gotta vote, you gotta vote. This is what your ancestors want you to do. You gotta vote, you gotta vote, you gotta vote. But they want to tell you, well, you gotta vote, but this is who you gotta vote for, right? And the problem with that is you're taking away somebody's ability to make their own choices as to why they need and want to vote and in a particular way. Additionally, you can't tell somebody that they can't have an opinion on who they want to vote for. You just can't do that. It just doesn't make sense. And I get how important this election is, but what's starting to happen is, especially as it relates to the Democrats, are is no matter what they do and what they stand for, you know, you have to vote for whoever is running. And it doesn't matter what they had done in the past or anything. No matter that, you know, we have mass incarceration by the person who we supposed to be voting for, right? Nobody's saying anything about, you know what? Let's hold him accountable for that, right? Let's hold him accountable. You know, did he even officially offer an apology for that? If he want my vote, I need to hear that. I need something that's very targeted to support a certain population which that legislation targeted in the first place. Who's supporting this community and who's going to apologize for that? And this person haven't really did that yet, you know. And so why are you upset about, you know, somebody saying that this is my morals, these are my ethics, and I'm standing by that? I just don't get it.
Yeah. I get Diddy. I understand where he's coming from, but it's almost like, bruh, it's a little late. Like, why wasn't you strong holding him or strong arming him in the beginning to say, hey, everybody else had a black agenda. Elizabeth Warren, Kamala Harris, everybody's talked about a black agenda for black and brown people, but I haven't heard Joe Biden speak on it. Now, one thing I am going to say is if it's going to move in a strategic and methodical way, then Joe Biden is speaking about getting a VP as a black woman. Now, Trump, based on his White House and his cabinet, there are no black and brown people working in there. So I do see that although Joe may not be the person per se, but I think his camp will be the people that will allow the agenda for the black and brown communities to happen. So by Diddy saying it, it's like, yeah, I understand where you're coming from, and I understand the concept behind making Joe Biden accountable. But I think the lesser of two evils, even what you said, Charles, about what Biden did with the mass incarceration, I believe that Biden will hire some of the people from the Obama administration, and let them in, and then get a black woman, as what he said, for his VP, that will be the people that will be able to open those doors and opportunities for the black and brown community.
Yeah, I'm definitely hoping for that. I'm hoping that that's the case. But just to speak on Diddy's behalf, even if he said something when, you know, you had, Kamala Harris still in the race, when you had Elizabeth Warren and Bernie and everybody else still in the race. If he said, I'm holding my vote hostage, until I see something for he still would have been on the
But
same
that's the
position.
thing. He didn't say it during that time. He didn't press that to say,
Right.
hey, votes are important. And he's not even speaking individually. He's speaking as he's like the Al Sharpton, which I didn't even give him the title of the spokesperson for Black people. He's like, I'm gonna hold the whole the Black vote hostage. He ain't even talking individually. And it's like, yo, I hear him, but are you saying, hey, Biden already spoke about hiring Black people for his cabinet in the White House. I don't think that Diddy is looking at it beyond the person and looking at what the opportunities that we're going to have that are in comparison with what Trump is doing.
No, fair enough. All right, so
yeah. I think with me, I kind of was just like same thing that Jamie Foxx said. Like, why do you wait until now? If you hold the Black vote hostage or even encourage Black and brown people not to vote, like Jamie Foxx said, then the other side wins. And then I was just kind of thinking, like, he did the same thing in 2016. I don't know. I overanalyzed and I probably just looked too deep in it. I'm like, so do you have a motive? And then even when Kenny Burns, when he said, like, you deleted my comment, all the Joe Biden supporters or whatever, and you're letting the Trump supporters speak. Like, do you have an ulterior motive? Like, what are you worried? Because, Trump, he caters to the rich. Like, Democrats don't. So I don't know. Maybe I'll just,
I think
just looking too deep into it.
Biden's salary is the same as theirs.
Yeah, no doubt.
Wasn't Diddy the one who started the Vote or Die campaign?
Yes, he did.
Mm-hmm.
He has always been active and vocal about getting Black people to vote. There's no question about that.
But why is he waiting until now?
I don't know. I mean, maybe the voices now. I don't know.
So now, I mean, why isn't his energy the same now?
What you mean? Why isn't his energy the same?
Didn't you say he's telling people not to vote?
No,
he was saying he's holding the Black vote hostage until we see like some promises of what they're gonna do for the Black and brown people.
Yeah.
Right.
So what if those promises don't come?
Right. So he's telling people not to. Basically, if you don't feel like you're getting what you want, not to vote.
Mm-hmm.
But before it was vote or die, everybody should vote. This is your voice. Years ago, they didn't let us vote, and now we can. We should be using, this is our voice, we need to vote. So is it we need to vote, or is it we only need to vote?
Right.
It's just something that's going to benefit us.
No,
or something that he feels is going to benefit us.
No, I think he's saying he's going to vote, but he want to make sure that Biden is being very clear with his policies and his agenda as it relates to people of color.
Does anybody know if he sent that same message out to Trump?
I think it's clear. I mean, Trump, I don't know. I don't want to speak for Diddy, and I'm not an advocate for Diddy. I just know that I understand and feel some of the things that he's saying. And in my interpretation of what he said, again, I haven't spoken to, Diddy personally, but I do understand his position. I would like to see a clear, laid out plan for people of color, Black people, Black and brown people, not just an older generation but for needs of a younger generation, like student loan debt, that affects even older Americans, maybe school, tuition. It's a lot of things that can benefit a younger American as opposed to Medicare, right? Everything that affects everybody else, right? And I think that we need to look at that.
But I think the question is, Charles, is that if he holds the vote, regardless if it's a bluff or not, and say, hey, if Biden is saying, I'm not telling you what I'm doing, This is what it is. If you still have to choose between Biden and Trump, are we going to not vote? Because because
only
not
the two of them.
voting,
It ain't like we got choices.
right? And if you don't vote, Trump wins. It's
Right.
not like, oh, if you take away the vote, that means that the other person, Trump, doesn't win. No, that means you don't vote, Trump automatically gets a W.
Yeah, and
Right.
and I'm not disagreeing with any of that. What I'm saying, however, is if you have a presidential candidate which really needs the black vote to win, uh, you are willing to in a sense, your hand is forced to make sure that you have some policies in there that's going to appease a certain generation in a certain demographic. And I'm saying that that's possibly a great move to potentially do. Are you playing with fire? Probably. I don't know. Again, I'm not Diddy, but I do think that we need to just stop, because the Democrats are saying this is the candidate, we gotta all vote for that candidate. I'm not all right with that. I think that we have to start, making holding our people that we voting for accountable, which we don't do. We just, most black people are Democrats, and when they say this person is running, we all say okay.
Well, do the Republicans also do that? Do they have like the same conversation that we have? Like, we have to hold the Republicans accountable, or do they just vote Republican because they traditionally vote Republican?
And the way that I see that, and that's a great question, and the way that I see that, first and foremost, I'm not a Republican, so I don't care, right? But secondly, in just as an answer to that question, I believe most Republicans are already on the same page. And it's Democrats that have seemed to be or seemingly divided on a lot of different things. It always seemed to be Democrats that are divided. But with the Republicans, I don't see too much division, and it could be that I'm not on Republican boards. I'm not part of a Republican council. I'm not part of the Republican cool group, so to speak. So I don't know what their conversations are, but what I do know is that we are Democrats are definitely not on the same page. We don't see eye to eye with a lot of different things.
I'm no longer Republican or Democrat. I'm independent now because, like I said,
Mm-hmm.
who the pool to choose from, I don't like it.
There
So
you go.
yeah, it's what you can do for me. But
Yep.
I fall categorically, I fall under Democrat.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yep. So
All right.
I mean, I guess that's probably voting is probably another discussion that we can continue to have up until it's time to vote. But the Celebrity Sizzle Award of the week goes to Stallion and Beyonce. They have teamed up in more ways than one. The Houston, Texas natives collaborated on Megan's Savage remix. The original Savage track had already become a viral TikTok dance challenge sensation, and the proceeds from Megan and Beyonce's Savage remix will benefit Bread of Life in their hometown. Bread of Life's mission is to sustain, equip, and transform those in poverty and the low to moderate income communications with compassion and dignity. Beyonce's Be Good has already donated $6 million in conjunction with Twitter creator and CEO Jack Dorsey to Jack Dorsey's small with Jack Dorsey's small effort and UCLA. They have teamed up and donated the $6 million and funding for organizations that offer physical and mental health services and food assistance. So congratulations to Megan Thee Stallion and Beyonce. I think that's hot.
oh yeah, definitely.
Yes.
That real quick sizzle from the Savage remix and even all of the TikTok Savages they doing. Carol Baskin was from Meg Thee Stallion though, right? They just remade it into another song.
Carol Baskin.
They got like a Carol Baskin Savage. Did you see? You ain't see that Carol Baskin killed her husband.
I didn't see that.
Well,
No.
they got this Savage thing, Carol Baskin, but they never give homage to Meg Thee Stallion, and it's like a huge viral thing. I'm like,
it's on TikTok.
Well, yeah. So what happened was somebody dressed up like Joe Exotic, and they changed the words to the Meg Thee Stallion song "Savage," and made up a song about her and in correlation with Tiger King.
Right.
And it was funny.
Oh, okay.
It was funny. It was supposed to have just been a joke. He wasn't no star or nothing. He just did it. People liked it, so they used the audio from that TikTok, and a bunch of people started making videos, and it went viral. But I mean,
but everybody says
they really need to pay homage to her for that. I mean, it was like,
everybody's like doing it with that background, and I'm just like, a lot of times it's the Carol Baskin Savage, and I'm like, that was Meg Thee Stallion, but
yeah,
kudos to her. That was cool. Her and Beyonce looking out.
Yeah. Yep. I'm your girl Lauren Sizzle, and that was the Sizzle.
And that was the Sizzle, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy Charles Gregory, the beautiful
Lauren Sizzle,
and the beautiful
Classy Lady Sparkle.
We got Lady S died in the building. Lady S died, you know. We got Lady S died in the building. Lady S died, you know what's coming up next, right?
The sports is coming up next. I got a little something for y'all. But I was just about to piggyback on Sizzles. I was going to tell y'all I saw a video posted of Meg Thee Stallion actually crying because she was just talking about how humbled and how grateful she was to have somebody like Beyonce, you know, contact her and say, hey, I want to get on that song. So that's how that remix came about. Beyonce contacted her, and her camera was like, I like this song and I want to get, you know, I want to get on that. So, and they let her, jump on, do a remix. She was like in tears. She was like, I really need it. But it's kind of dope because they're both from Texas. You know, their hoods is like, you know, real close to each other. So that's their like little bond or whatever. All right, so let me see what I got.
What's up, you guys? It's your girl Lauren Sizzle and Classy Lady Sparkle. And have you subscribed to our channel yet? If the answer is no, you need to subscribe now.
Yeah, so stop what you're doing. Go right now and subscribe. We like you. You like us. So go ahead and subscribe.
Come on over. Be a part of the family of We Talk Weekly and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
So what are you waiting for? Subscribe
now.